I'm so excited to chat with you, Velour, because you have this beautiful song, Blooming Strings out. But I'm curious, your music is often described as sort of pop with a bit of trance, but how do you tend to describe the music you make?
So I'm usually forced to pick between the options, the drop-down menu, and it has to fit between those parameters. So I'm like, okay, what do I pick? So for this specific Blooming Strings, I would pick like world music a little bit more. Maybe some pop elements. With Blooming Strings specifically, I think you can do some Latin dancing to it, like slow, sensual Latin dancing. For that reason, yes. And I didn't know if it fall in the Latin category because it's not Spanish entirely per se. But yeah, so that's what I would do, like world pop, a little bit of Latin flavor.
Who were the artists then that influenced you when you were growing up?
There were a few artists that influenced me growing up. Honestly, more than musicality, I think I'm more influenced by their tenacity, that they never gave up on their dreams. Like they went for something they believed in, something that they felt that they had to share with the world, and being authentic to themselves. So I just was very inspired by that because I know it can be hard to be your true self and then expose your true self to the whole world completely naked, completely raw. And that's what I was mostly inspired about. I really like that about some of the female artists that we see out today, like even Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Shakira, like these three female artists, they're just in their element. I really admire that. Then I also admire Rush, Geddy Lee,
Uh,
and
Vintage, but still so good.
yeah, those bass lines. I don't know if you're familiar with Tori Amos.
Of course.
Yes, I love Tori Amos. When she performed Winter, it was one of her songs. She performed that live. It was so beautiful, so authentic, so passionate. Um, so I really admire her for that. And gosh, there's so many, but mostly like female artists, to be honest, that I'm inspired by. Mostly them.
Where did the concept for Blooming Strings come from?
So I've loved to paint and I wanted to in my artistry, I wanted to do it in a way, present it in a way that I could enjoy doing everything that I'm passionate about, painting being one of them. So I love music and I love painting. And when I paint, I usually paint flowers. So that's where the concept of blooming strings came from because the blooming strings is actually a painting
Ooh.
and you have strings coming out of flowers. It just turned into an underwater music video, just like it just happened like that. But I paint the songs I write. So Blooming Strings is actually a painting, and that's where the concept came from. And it is based on the nurturing aspects of love, the right kind of love, the healthy kind of love, is the love that nurtures and helps you grow and makes you see the potential in yourself that you sometimes don't see yourself. And that's where the concept honestly came from.
What's the fan reaction been so far to Blooming Strings? I'm sure that they have their own drawings that maybe they've shared with you too.
Sure. I know a lot of people reached out to me about the music video. And so in the music video, I'm dancing underwater, which was quite a challenge. And and a lot of people reached out to me about that. And it's well received so far that I know. But yeah, it's very well received. I know the paintings, the Blooming String painting itself and the drawings itself, they're hanging in like galleries. They've been in the Jacksonville Main Library gallery. So far it's well received so far that I know of. If anyone's said it's anything negative, it's nothing that I know. It's probably been behind my back, but yeah, so far it's been well received. So yeah.
We talk about the video where it's underwater. How does that play into the message then for Blooming Strings?
Um It does not. It just it's mostly okay, so I know Blooming Springs was about nature, right? The song is how
Yes.
the nurturing elements of nature. So I know that the location that I picked was going to be like naturistic, but then when I picked the location, it was like a spring. And then I saw randomly like a video of an underwater Olympian dancer a very long time ago. And I was like, whoa, that would be so cool if I do that for the music video, you know? So I started training for it. And it took like a few months, actually. I would say like 6 months at least to completely be okay and be comfortable in my element underwater.
I'm sure.
And yeah. And so, so yeah, that's how I would say if someone were to find a connection, that was how they would find the connection, the underwater elements, the naturistic aspect, the metaphors that are used in the song, like parallel what it's shown in the video. But the dance itself is just free movement, free dancing. So whatever just comes and flows through me underwater.
Oh my
Have
God.
you ever danced? Have you ever
I
done?
haven't done any like synchronized swimming underwater or anything
Yeah.
like that. So you have to have breath control, I know, and certainly the practice, I'm sure. Did you do some diving practicing with like the breathing apparatus and
Yeah, yeah, I did. So I didn't know this, but to increase your breath holds, you need to increase the time length between your exhale and your inhale. Like if I'm going to inhale, like I always thought I'm going to hold my breath and just hold it like that, right? No, that's wrong. You have to let it out and not breathe. Just like don't breathe and extend that not breath breathing period to kind of stretch. I don't know. That's
your
how
lung
you would,
capacity and
yeah, yeah. That's how you would like do it. But even after all the practice, I can still only hold my breath for 1 minute and 15 seconds. But my cameraman, she can hold her breath for 6 minutes. She's a free diver, a
yeah,
professional free diver.
I didn't
Yeah.
think that was physically possible.
Apparently, the world record is 21 minutes.
No.
So it's crazy. You should try it. You should.
I
It's for fun.
I think I'm good. But But I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane. I applaud all of you, even for trying, uh, let alone and not feeling sort of that claustrophobic feeling. I'm sure it took a bit of practice for that as well, because you start feeling, like that your brain starts feeling like, okay, I need to panic and stuff like that. So you had to control that while you're breathing and singing and performing.
You know what? I know something crazy though. Where are you located again? Are you in Florida by any
Yes,
chance?
I'm in Florida.
Okay, so the Springs is in Florida,
Yes.
and so being underwater, like one of the thoughts that came kept coming to my head is like, oh my God, I just really hope like an alligator doesn't come out of nowhere, like because you can't when you're in the water, you can't see anything. Even the camera can see you and capture you. The water is not clear. There's sand mixed in the water, in the spring water. So it's blurry all around you, and you keep imagining either there's a shark from Jaws, even though it's
Anything
impossible
is
for
possible at that point. You're
yeah,
like,
a snake or like an alligator will just come from one direction or another. So that kind of worked to my disadvantage. Like my anxiety just I couldn't hold my breath as long as possible because I was so scared. But yeah, that's the scary component.
what's your songwriting process? Do you need to have beat before you can craft lyrics around it, or does it change every time?
Um, So my songwriting mostly, I always start with the chords first. And like I have a chord structure written down. Then I write my melody line. And that melody line, I try to make it rhythmic and syncopated before I write the lyrics.
Okay.
And then I take that and I put it separately. Then I write a poem. I don't worry about a rhythmic like oh sentence structure like oh five words, 6 words, five. I don't worry about that. I just write a poem. After I have a poem written and my chord and melody line written, then I'll take a look at both of it together and make each words fit the melody, maybe sing it in a certain way. Like for instance, the word like phone. I'm just making this up right
Sure.
now. Phone is just a one syllable word, but if I wanted to, I could make a full own, just like a two syllable word. Just playing around with words. That happens at the very end of the creative process, songwriting process. Once I have a poem of lyrics written down and the melody line written down, making the lyric more rhythmic. So that's what I do. And then after I have that simple songwriting structure in the sense that I can just sit down on a piano and sing, just a simple structure ready of a song, then comes Ableton or Logic. Then I put it in there, put a beat line and everything, and have an idea of what the guitar would play, what this would play, what that would play. And then I look for people out there who I can collaborate with, who may be better at audio engineering than I am, and it always works well to have mentors around, people who are better than you. I always want to be surrounded by people who are better than me. So I collaborate with more talented guitar players, more talented audio engineers, and then we just put together a piece. That's the whole songwriting process in a nutshell.
So then you're quite hands-on when it comes to the production side then as well.
Yes, I like to be in control of my creative process. And it's because it's not just a project for me, this is like I want this to be, I think we all want that, we all in a way want to write our name in this on the sand before we leave this world, kind of leave our
Mhm.
little mark on the world. So this is much more than just like a simple project. It's just my something I want to, something creative and something, a gift I just want to like give and before I leave. So yeah.
Well, with Blooming Strings Out, is this a prelude to a full album or an EP coming in the near future?
So I'm definitely releasing new songs. I think I'm gonna release a new song that I've been working on next month, actually. So this interview is perfect. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll be releasing a new song, and I thought about the idea of releasing an album all at once, but then I like the idea since I am fairly new, excuse me, to release it one at a time because I'm able to continually keeping the conversation going and reach new opportunities like that. So it will be, I do have a lot of more songs coming up, and I will just release them like once every 2 or 3 months or so. After the next month, I am also working on a live show. So I will be touring soon. So I'm excited about that. And I've performed in Florida, I've performed at several venues, but now I want to kind of perform in bigger performing venues. And so I'm working on that. So that is the next thing.
Well, I'm curious then, have you started working out what a live show from Velour would be like, or are you just working right now on sort of crafting dates and times and things like that for the time being?
So, you know what? A thought occurred to me. I was like, how would I underwater dance live? Like, that's not possible. So it will probably not be that. The live show, yes, I've started working on different ideas and things. It would be dancing. I'm working with like different professional dancers. It would be um it would be a lot of looping where I'm able to play the piano and
Right.
basically build on each other, the guitar and build on, and then my vocals and build on. So kind of like that. That's the vision that I have for the show. I hope it's well received.
Well, who are some artists then that you would love to collaborate with in the future?
Oh gosh. Um,
I could see a Taylor Swift or combo.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, I would love to collaborate with Taylor Swift. I would love to collaborate with Ed Sheeran. I really admire
He's king
him
of
a lot.
looping.
Yes, yes,
And
he's
him
not
and
only a
Anna
king of
Kendrick.
looping, but his tenacity. When he made it, before he made it, he used to do 300 shows a year. And it was just, he kept on doing it. And he's the biggest advocate of failing, you know, frequently because he says that everything you learn is from your failures. You have to fail and be able to bounce back. And I think that's what defines a person who's successful. So I really admire Ed Sheeran overall as a person, not just his musicality. So I would love to collaborate with him. I hope he sees this. But yes,
Got my fingers crossed.
I would love to collaborate with him.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the beautiful music you continue to make?
I first of all, I would just love to thank them. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to my message, to what I have to say. And I would absolutely love to stay in touch, to find me on social media, share your own stories with me, because I think at the end of the day, what I mostly crave is connecting with other humans. I think music unites us all no
Yeah.
matter what country you're in, no matter what religion you're in, no matter what culture you're from, music unites us all. And I really crave that as an artist. And I think every artist does. That's why they do what they do. They do it for the human connection. So
Yes.
yes, so that's my message to the people. If they're listening to the music, please reach out to me, connect, and come to my shows, and let's stay in touch and do life together. So yeah.